Hi, everybody. I hope you're well. Welcome to Grade 12 Business Studies. This is proudly brought to you by Dripanomics Tutorials, enriching the lives of students. I am your tutor, Miss Remo. You guys can just call me Remo. There's no need for the Miss Remo type of thing. You just can call me Remo, okay? I am really sad that you guys are not here for the first lesson, as this is already a pre-recorded lesson. But I am hoping that the next lesson that we have, you guys are going to be there and it's going to be so much fun. So before we start our lesson, or before we even start business studies, I just want us to have like our own, should I say ground rules? No, but ground rules sounds so hostile. But basically the things that we are expected to do during the lesson, yeah, I think I should keep it at that. So number one, I hope we have an interactive lesson, guys. I hope I won't be the only one speaking the whole time. Because business studies is such a conversational subject. That means we need to conversate, okay? And then also, I hope when someone is, presenting their idea or what they think, may we not laugh at the person, but actually hear them out. Because with business studies, there is no such thing as a wrong answer. It's just that we need to understand where you come from, where your answer stems from, in order for all of us to understand and to be able to interpret it the way you interpreted it. Okay? Yeah. So, every single time we host a lesson, you're going to see this slide. These are your key points that we're going to be focusing on. Meaning, with every lesson, with every topic, I'm going to list the outcomes basically. So at the end of the lesson, you should know and understand the three types of business sectors. You should be able to identify or name the business sectors from given scenarios. You should be able to state the extent to which a business can control the three business environments. Okay, let's get into it. Now, focus number one, which is business sectors, namely the primary, secondary, and tertiary sector. Can I just say this is the easiest chapter you ever do in business studies? Okay, so let's start with the primary sector. Before we even get into the content of what primary sector is and what it entails, I think just by looking at the picture right now, we can all draw different ideas as to what the primary sector is and what it deals with. Okay, as you can see, there are trucks there, they're extracting raw material, they're extracting natural resources, right? So the primary sector is basically that. It is a sector that deals with the extraction of raw materials and natural resources. Natural resources which are not man-made. Like what? Like coal, gold, fish, and livestock are extracted from this sector. Examples include mining, fishing, agriculture, forestry, farming. So, as you know, okay, let me just give like a practical example that we're going to be using, right? As you guys know that Mother's Day is coming up, and we all want to spoil our moms, it's either you want to spoil your mom, your sister, your aunt, etc., your guardian, someone who's like a mother to you, So maybe you want to buy your mom or your guardian or your sister, your aunt, etc. You want to buy them probably like a diamond necklace, and you feel like, you know what, this is the time I want to buy them the diamond necklace from American Swiss, from Stens, you name it, from Pandora, you name it, and you feel as if, you know what, I want to get my mom that, just for her to shine a little brighter. Okay, so you should understand that with that diamond necklace being at American Swiss, your Stains, your Pandora, etc., there has been a process in order to ensure that it is what it is today. So they are going to start with what? Extracting the diamond, right? And then after extracting the diamond, they're going to take it to the secondary sector now. The secondary sector is the sector that is responsible for changing that raw material, which is the diamond that is extracted, that was acquired from the primary sector. Okay? It includes construction and manufacturing factories. That is how it is the process of changing it now. And examples include manufacturing, clothing, food processing, building, and construction. Are we good? I hope you are. Now, after that, the diamond necklace, after it has been turned into a product, it is now taken to the tertiary sector. Okay? Your tertiary sector is your Stans, your Pandora, your American Swiss, etc. So this sector, it renders services to the public and businesses. When you buy the diamond necklace, they are rendering a service to you as a public person. Okay? So the sector includes banking, legal, sport, and health. Examples include retail. I've given you examples. Can be a ShopRite, Checkers, Boxer, Spa, etc. Banking, it could be Capitec, FNB, ABSA. Please don't be mad at me if I didn't holler at your bank. Okay, I'm so sorry. And then you also have what? Entertainment. Okay. So, looking back, I think we can all now take that we understand focus number one, which is business sectors. And now we can move forward. And if you can look closely, with every sector, I've provided you guys with pictures to show or to give you an idea as to what each sector entails. Okay? So if you understand, you can just tick it there and say focus number one, I'm done. Now, moving to focus number two, which are business environments. Here we're going to be dealing with the possible challenges, the environment, and the extent of control. We're going to deal with micromanagement, macro management, and market environment. I'm sorry, not management, but environment. My apologies. So micro environment. These are the internal factors that affect a company's operations and decision making. If you have read that statement for the first time and you feel like you don't understand, do not worry. We are going to get more into it. Okay? Now, we move to the macro environment. The macro environment, it deals with what? It refers to the broader external factors that affect a business's operations and decision making. Okay? As I said, do not worry, we are going to get more into it. Then we have market environment. These are the internal and external factors that affect a person's ability to build and maintain successful relationships with its target customers. Okay? Now, let's get into scenarios and examples just to, get into the feel of the environments that we have already discussed. Okay, so these are your possible business challenges, their environment, and extent of control. So, possible challenges, business environment, and extent of control. Possible challenges for the micro environment, as we said, these are the internal factors, meaning these are the things that are happening within the entity and they affect how an entity operates. Okay, so these are the challenges that an entity might face, which is difficult employees, high rate of absenteeism, lack of vision and mission, lack of adequate management skills, unions, strikes, and go-slows. Okay? Now, the microenvironment has full control over these challenges, meaning as the entity, we can do something about these challenges that have been, put out there. And side note, whenever you see these challenges in scenarios, you should be able to identify that, oh, this is micro environment, this is market environment, this is macro environment. Okay? Let's move to market environment. We are dealing with competition, shortage of supply, demographic and psychographics, and social cultural factors. Okay? Now, with competition, I don't think I need to unpack it, but let me just give a brief example. We have Chicken Licken, we have KFC. As a market environment, as an entity, basically, it means that we do not have complete control over the challenges. We have only a limited amount of control. Meaning, as KFC, we cannot go to Chicken Licken and say, I require you to close down your doors because we sell better chicken. You understand? But that is how market environment, is all about. Now, with shortage of supply, I think it's very much straightforward. Demographics and psychographics, this deals with your age, gender, culture, etc. And social cultural factors is almost the same thing as demographics and psychographics. Okay? Now, we move to the macro environment. The macro environment, whenever you see macro, just know we do not have any control whatsoever, meaning as an entity, we can't do anything about these challenges. They are there and they affect us, meaning that these are the internal and external factors that affect an entity. It's not like your microenvironment where these are internal issues and we can work on them, and just, oh banda, we put them on the side, type of thing. So yeah. Now, let's get into examples and to see how they're usually asked in, test questions, in exam questions, etc. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to get distinctions for this subject, aren't we all? We are. Now, example number 1. Let's read. Read the scenario below and answer the questions that follow. We have Duca Mines. Duca Mines specializes in the extraction of platinum. Their suppliers of mining equipment have increased their prices by more than 20%. The supervisor does not have a good working relationship with his employees. DM can no longer export their products due to an increase in the exchange rate. You need to identify the business sector in which Duca Mines operates and motivate your answer by quoting, keyword, quoting from the scenario. Whenever you hear quoting, think of quotation marks, think of taking something as it is, meaning as it has been written, you take it like that, okay? So, Duca Mines is operating in the primary sector. He said the primary deals with what? Mining. So already So Duca Mines operates in the primary sector because the business specializes in the extraction of mines. Okay? You are done. About each business environment. The price of mining equipment have increased their prices by more than 20%. There it is. It's meaning we have supervisor does not have a good working relationship with his employees. We can ensure that the supervisor has a good working relationship. Maybe we can do like thing, and it's just to ensure that hear our our employees as to why do they think the supervisor does not have a good relationship, and try to show them. Okay. Now the last challenge. We have no say by the Reserve Bank that the rate update. There's nothing we can do about it, meaning we have no control over it. And if you have no control over it, then it's a market environment. Okay? To reach out, and I'm more than happy to. Timothy Legal Services. TLS's assistant are not trained to handle criminal cases. Mbuzi INC has set up a low practice the same offers as TLAs. In our pay, identify three challenges for TLA's business and classify each challenge according to the business environment. And control TLAs has over each business environment. General criminal cases. Excuse me. Imagine you're a law firm, but you guys don't handle criminal cases. But okay. This element, meaning we have micro environment. Interest rates. We have no control over that, meaning it's a macro environment. Example number 3. Oh, you guys are not here to be a good person. But guys, you guys are ready, but I don't even know you. For paying members, but you will have